The fact that this is episode 5 and we still don't have any answers for real is starting to make me feel some type of way. Here goes my review for From episode 5. So this week we find out that Randall not dead. The Midnight Munchers left Randall last week on top of the ambulance all gouged. Now let me take a quick second to tell y'all a story. There was this lady I grew up around. Her name was Nancy. We went with her, it was me, my best friend, my best friend's mom, and Nancy. I went with them to McDonald's real quick. Miss Nancy ordering her fucking food, and the girl in there, I guess, got a little attitude or is taking too long with her french fries. Nancy was in the car like, wait till I see this bitch. I'ma gouge this bitch neck out. As a teenager, the way I imagine Miss Nancy gouging that girl neck out at McDonald's is exactly how the Midnight Munchers had Randall. I said, oh my God, I've seen this before. Anyway, they bring Randall in the house, drag him in there, lay him on that couch. Y'all, if I lived in Colony House, I wouldn't go nowhere fucking near that furniture. No disrespect to Donna, because I'm pretty sure she keep a tight ship around there. But I would not sit on none of them couches in that house. Randall, the second time y'all laid somebody on them funky ass couches that is gushing blood. Y'all know last week it was Gunshot Girl. Now it's Randall on these couches, and it looked like 2 separate couches. Yeah, I'm good off the furniture in Colony House, y'all. Victor finally come in there, and they are looking for him anyway because his dad is there. His dad doesn't have anything to wear. I feel like Donna was flirting with his dad a little bit, if you ask me. I don't know. Also, casting. Why would y'all make Victor's dad the same age as Victor? Like real life. They should have casted somebody that looked like Dumbledore. Remember that guy that was chained up, that Scratch Boyd, and gave him parasites? Something like that. But Donna tells Victor, hey, your dad's here, and he wants to meet you. Victor's like, what? My dad? Victor said, that's not possible. At first, when Victor said that early in the episode, I'm like, oh shit, that's not really Victor's dad. Oh my God, what's going on? Victor might have been convinced that his dad was dead too, just like his mom and his sisters, and he was really alone. So to now learn that somebody you technically killed off in your head is really alive and breathing and right upstairs and wants to meet you, yeah, I think I'd run away too, Victor. I'm not mad at you, boo. I do love how Sarah kind of found her footing with Victor and was consoling him and being there for him this whole entire episode. I like that for Sarah, even though, bitch, we ain't forget. I forgot to mention in the beginning that Randall didn't die. Christy's girlfriend did her thug fizzle, and then they took Randall back to the clinic. Christy and all them with the crops came back. They put Christy in the bed because obviously she can't walk. Remember the bear trap? So Christy can clearly see that her girlfriend is not doing too good. She lost a patient, and then the other patient barely made it. She going through a lot, okay? Christy like, hey, it's not your fault. I just want to make sure that you're not about to do no drugs again. But Christy's girlfriend low-key get offended, but it's just like, last time you did go off the rails, and you did steal medicine. So, babe, we're trying to make sure you're okay. Boyd and Kenny are at the clinic, and Kenny's like, why did Randall get to live? You know, Kenny just lost his mom to the same type of mauling. He asked in a sincere way, though. He said, why did Randall get to live? Boyd said, to remind us that everything is not okay and we're not safe. During the day, we get to pretend, but at nighttime, they coming. Before the town meeting, Jade came busting through Tabitha and Jim door and said, take me to the tree. Jim, you know Jade looks at this whole place like a puzzle. Why wouldn't you tell the one person in that town that looks at everything analytically that there is a tree with bottles on it, and inside the bottles are numbers? That's why when Jade and Tabitha went back later on in the episode, Jade was like, okay, if it's dates, let's line them up. Jade said it looks like chaos until you understand the pattern. We also learned that Jade didn't actually see a symbol, but yes, he did, because isn't that the same symbol that somebody else saw? Like, didn't he find books? I don't know. Y'all have to help me with that. Like, I didn't understand how now all of a sudden Jade's saying that that's not a symbol. It's the tree in the hole and the hole in the ground. Like, and the green. Julie doing drugs. It looked like Julie stole some reefer from Fatima room, went downstairs, asked Elgin, do you want some? They get to sharing stories, and I'm kind of glad that we're starting to see their point of view of things. Like, what's going on with the youngins, the Gen Zs? Julie said her mind is loud and the weed makes it quiet. Julie, I felt you, babe. My mind is loud too, but weed makes it louder. I thought something was going to happen with the camera, and I still feel like that, but I'm glad that they just, roamed around the house going through people's shit. Finally, we at this town meeting. Boyd tries to waste time because Tabitha and Jim want to take too long. And I felt a little disrespected because y'all should have been the first people there. You know I'm coming to ask you a whole bunch of questions about how you got out and came back. Finally, Miss Thing decides to make her appearance, and she's like, what do I tell them? Girl, answer their questions. That's what you tell them. I was with the townspeople. Girl, you had a chance to get out and you didn't really tell anyone. You went to go look for Victor's dad. Tabitha can't take the heat, so she get out the kitchen. She literally runs out the diner and goes back to the house and says she's going back to the tree. Boyd's son, Fatima, all the townspeople, they like, there's a way out. Let's go to these trees. Why are we just sitting here? Dale leaves and says he's about to go find one of these trees. He does, and he goes through it, and he's all cocky, and then gets stuck at the side of the pool in the middle of the town. Boyd start yelling at everybody like, you see? You want to go find another tree and hop through? You're going to end up just like him. And Boyd, I know you don't want to lose any town people, but then again, it's limited resources as it is. So if people want to make the decision to sacrifice themselves and go through this tree and see where they end up, they might come back with answers. They might come back with another way. When Victor seen his dad and I seen the moment that they had, I said, yes, Victor's finally going to start remembering stuff. He might start maturing a little bit. His dad might have something to add to the pot. Like his dad might have been told something by the mother back in the day that, you know, she's not going to share with a child. We are going to be on episode 6 next week. Give me something, because it's just nothing but questions. We have theories, but it's still nothing really but questions. We still pretty much know nothing about this town for real. We should have had a whole episode of like the first settlers of that town, like the people that built the houses and what they had to go through. Because I feel like the way the people in the woods are dressed, they're dressed like the people that would have lived in that town. Now, are they the old inhabitants of that town and the water got contaminated? They turned into midnight munchers and they could no longer live in their houses because the daytime. Ooh, and then they got, you know, had to go to the wood. And I know the midnight munchers be everywhere, but I'm now going to start paying attention to exactly where they are. Because I know this is a stretch, but that old lady seems to always try to go to the same house. What if that was her house before the thing happened that made her a midnight muncher? And really, she just wants y'all to get the fuck out of her house. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, for it to be season 3, we the audience should have at least found out whether or not this place is real. We should not be trying to figure it out with the townspeople. Like, I'm starting to get tired of this shit. And it's like, I know that y'all are giving us all of the pieces of information that the townspeople aren't sharing with each other, but it still leaves mad questions for the audience. We have no answers. I just feel like by now we should have known whether or not this place is real. We still don't even know. What do y'all think? I think it is. I'm done running my mouth. What do y'all think? Because that was my review for From episode 5.